Greg, what is this?
Today I brought something really special.
I know. I'm jealous.
It looks awful familiar.
Yeah.
You two have been there and I haven't.
Yeah.
You should be jealous.
Yeah.
I am.
So it's Whiskey Thief and little farm distillery, Louisville, or just outside, I should say. Down the road about 10 minutes from Buffalo Trace. So this today is a 6-year bourbon. 78, 12, 10. And Whiskey Thief is something special that my wife and I like to go to, and Eric met us up there.
Greg introduced me to it. I'll never forget.
They do some amazing stuff. Little farm distillery, 120 acres, I believe so. And drive in, you pass the gift shop, you go down the hill, keep going, go around the corner, and you pull up on this barn with a giant copper glare just staring at you. And they're doing some amazing things there. So,
Yeah, because you were there. You told me the story of going there when they were still 3 boys.
yes.
That's when you initially fell in love with them as 3 boys. Mm-hmm. Did they tell you when you were there during the 3 boys era that they were going to change to the Whiskey Thief Distilling?
the original owner, they did a sale.
Oh.
And they went from 3 boys because when it started, it was, a guy with 3 sons.
Oh.
So it was named 3 Boys, and then they're a contract distiller also. So
Oh, are they?
They do. Then that's how we found them. We were in downtown Louisville, and we walked to a liquor store right around the corner from our hotel, and I saw a bottle of Down Home, and I've never seen it before. So I'm like, yeah, let me get that. And then when we were walking out of Buffalo Trace one day, I am like, hey, can you get that bottle of Down Home and figure out where it's made? See if it's around here, and let's go there and see what it is, what it's about. And so our first time there, we pulled up, and there's this little old lady sitting on the front porch. You guys here for a tasting? Yeah. Just go down the hill. And then so we go down around the hill, and we pull up on it, and it's a different experience than your big boys, because you walk into this barn.
Well, before you even walk in, like you get there and the door's like cracked and there's a dog. I forget what kind of dog was it. It was a big boy. It was like a Dane or something like that.
No, not now. There was 2 different dogs there when we were there last time.
It's just like really homey feel. Like it's just really small, like mom and pop's type feel. It was cool. But go ahead, finish what you were saying.
Yeah, it's just a different experience, because we love the tours of Buffalo Trace and Jim Beam, but with Whiskey Thief, it's I think it's more personable, because you get to walk in and their bourbon is lining the walls, it's sitting on the floor, and then you pay your $35, I think it is, and you get a nice Glencairn glass, you get a chocolate, and then you get to sample 6 barrels. So you're pulling from the thief out of the barrel
Yourself.
So, for yourself.
I remember seeing that clip of you pulling your own.
Yeah.
So it's uncut, unfiltered, straight from the barrel. And this is the bottle that I brought back for us to try here.
It's your most recent trip.
Yeah, the most recent trip in October.
Is that your first Whiskey Thief branded bottle? Because I remember you said your other bottles that you were in love with and kind of cherished them. They were still 3 boys, right?
No, it was their last year, their 10-year release. So that was really cool, because I want to say last year 10-year release, their rye was like 130 proof, and it drank like maybe 103.
That's the crazy thing about their product, is that like it's such a high proof, but it drinks like a low proof, like a 100 proof. Like it's crazy. I've never drank anything such high proof that went down so easy.
Are they in like a unique, I don't know, the way the sun hits that land? I mean, they have something unique going on there, or do they just figured out the right char, the right barrels, the right everything out from the get-go and making these good reputation?
I don't know right from the get-go, but I tell you, they're doing some good bourbon. This is...
Yeah, what is this sitting at?
This is 118.7. And I bottled this in October.
So you thiefed
23, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, in October.
Okay. So you thiefed this out.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is barrel B2.
And did you go through the sampling of several before you chose this one? You picked this one as your favorite?
It was one of 6.
And you picked it, though, on purpose because you got to sample the others.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like this one the most out of 6?
I did. My wife liked another one, but I'm like, hey, I'm going to get it for the show, and let's roll with
That's
this.
good. That is good.
It's got that chocolate. It's got that cinnamon.
You can definitely taste the chocolate.
I'm not getting a... It's not oaky. I mean, do you get any oak out of it, or a little bit of sweet leather or something?
A little bit. And I know Eric's met me there, and he's tried it before. He was there during their 10-year.
Yeah.
But you've never tried Whiskey Thief.
No. So what's that? Back to that original, when you brought Three Boys back a long time ago, was that like an unlabeled? Did you thief that, or did they sell you that?
Oh, we thiefed it.
You thiefed the Three Boys?
I don't think you can get anything that's unthief there. I think it's all just...
You thief your own? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's cool. And then that Three Boys version of this, is that like an unlabeled bottle you just took home or something?
No, it was labeled.
It was labeled? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen, I know your collection is deep and wide, and we can't even see all the things you got back in there, but I haven't seen your Three Boys bottle.
It may have just happened to be the sticker that they had at the time.
Sticker at the time. So Whiskey Thief Distilling. Yeah, this is cool.
When you went back, have they finished building their addition yet? Because I remember when we were there together, they were still building. They were clearing the land over there.
Yeah, the new rack house is done. Their new storage house. It's big. I didn't ask the dimensions, but when I was looking at it, it had to be 60 by 120.
Oh wow!
So the new owner, his wife is an engineer or architect, and she designed it, and she put it up, or designed it, and they built it. So when you pull up to the barn, it's to the right. It's before it to the right. So you drive up, you park right next to it now.
Oh, cool.
And they had some barrels in there, and they were doing some tastings. So, or they were sampling themselves to see how their barrels were going. But they're when you asked, if they sell anything else in their gift shop, they do. They sell some of their contract stuff. Their down home. Their merch. They started doing gin. They started doing clear spirits. They brought in a girl who has won some cool awards
for gin.
And so she was there. We talked to her for a little bit last time, and so I'm not a gin person.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's
You sample it?
No,
you didn't bother.
No.
You don't even want
to. I've had some gin before, I guess you would say, but I'm not.
You don't like the botanical aspect
Yeah,
of alcohol?
no. If I want to eat some flowers,
It is very flowery. I love the botanical. More botanical, the better, man. You go to London and it's just, they do some great gin stuff. Gin cocktails. I think you might like it if you did a really badass cocktail.
Maybe in a cocktail.
Yeah, but the more botanical, the better.
Look at the legs on that.
Yeah, she's a leggy girl.
So this is right out of the barrel, so no filtering. Just there you go. You thiefer. You get what you get.
Yep.
You see any pieces?
Yeah, see the particles underneath here? The char particles. Look on the white.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
yeah,
it's
that's pretty clean though.
Yeah.
You got to go, man. It's an experience.
Well, I want to go with you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you're welcome there, and you're the lay of the land. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. If I go, I'm going with you guys.
Well,
absolutely.
And what makes it, like, it was a little cooler last time we went. So they have food trucks, and then what's really nice is they had a fire going outside, so you could thief your sample from that barrel and then go sit outside.
That's really cool.
Sit outside next to the fire.
That's cool.
Enjoy it, and talk to other people that are there, and it's like I said, it's something that's different from the big boys. It's like I really, you guys know I really enjoy Buffalo Trace and Jim Beam, but when it comes to the hospitality, I guess, and the feeling of just being there and being able to pull your whiskey straight out of
that's cool,
the barrel.
It's like going to a buddy's garage and drinking
with barrels
bourbon. Yeah, with a bunch of barrels and drinking bourbon with people you never met before.
It totally makes sense. I mean, they obviously renamed with this business plan of the customer thieving their stuff. That's cool. You know, they're gonna probably stick with you thieving your own things for you do as long as that's gonna
Hopefully
be what
they do, because that's
what they do.
yeah, that was fun. It was probably the most fun experience.
Yeah,
I've
you
had
were, dude.
going
Your
there.
video, you were like super happy.
Yeah,
How many pulls did you have to do?
I was mostly smiling because Greg was in the background, like behind the camera.
Was he was he making faces? Was he?
Yeah.
He doesn't make many faces,
He
so
was
if you get one,
blowing kissy faces.
oh, he
at
was
me,
blowing. Yeah.
Well, you get bourbon and chocolate there, so why would I
my
not be
God.
happy?
What else do you need?
Was he eating chocolate? Mm-hmm. He was.
Yeah. Oh, he's popping chocolates
Popping
in his
chocolate?
mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a bourbon chocolate, and so why,
Oh man, he
why
was in
not?
heaven. He was in heaven.
But no, it's something.
I'm glad you found this, man. I mean, you a couple of years ago, you brought us to a concept of this grassroots thing that I never heard of,
Yeah,
and you watched it grow and change names, and that's a good sign when someone else wants it that badly. Keep it going and make it even better. But now this tastes similar to the first time you had Three Boys, or no? It did everything. The
each
mash
barrel.
bills
Yeah,
change.
they change.
They
So
change?
Each one is different.
Well, the mash bills stays the same, right?
Yeah.
Ingredients
It's all different.
all different.
Yeah. So the mash is different on each.
Really?
On each. So that's the cool thing. So last year when they did their 10-year release, they had your 6 barrels, and then they had the 10-year bourbon and the 10-year rye. So I have that at home. I thought about
You have a 10-year rye home? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, and so I have the 10-year bourbon, the 10-year rye, and that's the one where Eric got to meet up with us, and so they're also a harvest toast. So what we did is last year we drove up in an RV, and did our regular Kentucky bourbon tour, and since they're harvest toast, they have a pad on their property, so we went, sampled the bourbon, bought what we wanted to buy, and then pulled around, parked on the pad, and we just put out the awning. They have picnic tables set up, so we just sat outside and drank a bourbon, had a cigar, and
That's awesome.
just sat there overlooking all their farmland.
That's awesome.
Some cattle and some sheep.
Yeah.
That's
and,
cool.
we brought the dogs with us, so we just had them on their e-collar. So, they just got to enjoy it.
That is cool.
So it's a cool place, and the experience, it's beside itself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Stands alone, yeah.
and when we went up there this year, it's like, so I sampled it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get a bottle for the show. That way, we can enjoy it. Knowing that you've been there,
Yeah.
but Lee hasn't. And
It's so good.
they do make some good bourbon.
And it's
It is so
definitely
good.
like a different approach than the commercial aspect of like most of the other distilleries.
It is so good.
It's like a nice, relaxing, it's so chill. It's fun. It's really a great experience. Like we all have to go together.
And it sounds like they don't have to attract you with just giving this environmental experience. They have a badass bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like you're there. This is really
Like what? This
really
is
good.
118, right?
yeah, 118.
This is
It
really
doesn't-
delicious.
It doesn't drink like a 118.
No, it's really delicious, and it's like
It's smooth.
you can suck people in with Ferris wheels and theme park crap and give them bad bourbon, but this is really good bourbon.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is amazing. Are they farming their own grains, or just because they have the land, they're not farming their own grains, are they?
They do, but they 120 acres, so they
Not
do.
enough.
Yeah, they do have corn there, and they have cattle. So, but yeah, so they I would assume they would have to source from other.
It's
from
not
other
enough.
places.
Not big enough.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see where they go, because for them to produce something this good, people go there, they get engaged.
Yeah.
They people make a day of it. I try to go there. It's like you get bourbon, you get a Glencairn, you get a chocolate,
Yeah.
and
I still use the Glencairn. It's cool.
yeah. So
little
we have the Three Boys Glencairns, and then the Whiskey Thief, and it's just something enjoyable. To say hey, I found it because we got a bottle of
Yeah, your curiosity.
down
That is cool.
home.
Yeah,
and-
your curiosity. Where'd this juice come from, right?
Yeah, it's like, and I didn't even try it yet. We just got the bottle and put it in the back of the Expedition, and it's like, where'd this come from? Because I've never seen this, and if this is made here, I want to
Yeah.
go see where it's made
For sure.
And then it's like, oh yeah, we're a contract distiller also, and I'm like, but they're down home. You could sample it in the gift shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. And so I have a few bottles of that at home also because, once you leave Whiskey Thief's barn, you drive up to the gift shop and it's like, yeah, I'll try, the down home samples and other things that they have in there. And
Are those blends? That's what they're doing in there, probably.
yeah, it's just for their contract customers.
Oh, Down Home is a brand.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So they 100% make their own juice. These guys are doing their own distilling. They have this still here. I see.
Yeah.
Did they show you this? Isn't that where you guys did your
Yeah,
thieving?
that's
Yeah.
right there is where we pretty much
You did your
did
thieving
tasting,
there,
yeah.
right?
Yep, that's the barn that you pull up to and those doors open and you stand in front of a chalkboard.
Is that their only still, or is that just their?
That is their still. And then they have another one for their clear spirits.
Oh, they have another still for their clear spirits. So it's all copper, everything they're using.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so wait, here's the pro shop link here. Is that the gift shop, the pro shop?
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Is that the kind of stuff that's in there?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let it refresh here.
Yeah, they're doing, they got the candles, they got the bitters. Now they have the gin. It's it's just a little cool experience that, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But what makes me happy is the wife enjoys it too.
Right.
So even, it's like she loves, Jim Beam and,
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace, but it's like just going to Whiskey Thief. She loves it. And she's the first one to get her Thief
Yeah.
and get her, Glencairn and go sit by the fire and just enjoy it. Because
It'll definitely be a spot that I go to every time I go to Kentucky.
Yeah.
I want to get these bitters.
Yeah, and that's something the new distiller is doing. She's doing that in the clear spirits.
Oh, and the Staves cigar spot there.
Yeah, the bottle
Tray.
opener.
Where they
man.
sell little mini thieves.
Thanks for bringing this back. It was
man.
It was a really good treat.
Oh man, there's a Stormtrooper decanter. Oh my. Oh boy. One of you better bring that back if you go before me.
Well, hopefully the next time we go,
We're all going
it's
together.
with you. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we got to go together.
Well, we go every year in October. Try to get you go this year, but you had an engagement you had to
Yep.
attend to. Oh look, plan your visit, October 2024.
Oh man.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just scroll down a little.
Oh, you can buy online?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there's their new brandy and gin.
Oh, okay.
I would like to try.
Oh,
that
they got
peach,
bottle and bond.
that peach brandy. Yeah, that's something they just released. I think right after we left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as soon as we left, they released their Pluto Halloween bottle. And I'm like, the cat has his own bottle. I mean, it's a black cat, so why not?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm like, I just left there.
I got a picture with that cat.
Yeah, Pluto is a cool cat.
Dude, I'd like to try that bottle in bond, that's for sure. Is that a bigger bottle than what we had? That's a 750, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Probably not.
That looks taller than yours.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just the angle of the camera. They tell you to change the angle if you
Yeah,
want it
the
to
angle
look
of the
bigger.
dangle. It's always about the angle of the dangle.
I don't know. Look at yours in the camera, and then look at our camera.
Yeah, that's a 375, buddy.
What? That's a little guy?
Yeah, I guarantee.
Narrower?
Yeah. That's because their 750s are about $150.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's the gin. It's out. I'll get that gin for sure.
Well,
You are a ginny boy.
Yeah.
good for you. Maybe I'll have you make me a cocktail.
Oh man.
It could be what you're missing. It could be.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
No.
it's definitely not.
Gin's awesome.
It's the gin.
Gin is missing.
Yeah, but for this is 78 12 10, a 6-year bottle for 118 proof.
Yeah.
It doesn't suck.
No, it's very far from suck.
Yeah, it's they're like I said, they're doing good things, and I wanted to bring a bottle back.
I appreciate
Dude,
that.
yeah,
That way-
absolutely, man.
That way Lee can try it, and
He doesn't just have to listen to our stories.
yeah,
No, I like it though. You guys both went. That's cool.
and that's their visitor center right there.
Is that where you go shopping?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Pro shop.
yep, that's inside. So they got their
What are these little? What is this little thing? A little,
they're for your bungs.
little bungs for sale.
Yeah,
Are they used?
no,
They're new bungs.
yeah, they're new bungs.
No, I don't want a used one. Give
Now,
me.
why would you want someone's used bung?
Give me a used bung.
Yeah, yeah, we buy them as
He's really into used bugs.
You got the used bung.
we buy them for Christmas tree decorations.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when we go to a new place or someone has a new bung style out, and it's like we just grab one and
That's a neat idea.
yeah, put it on the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but then your tree smells like a bunch of bung holes.
A bunch of bung.
yeah, they're not used.
The tree's already flammable as it is, and then you add it to it.
Yeah. Oh no, we do a fake tree that way.
Don't invite Uncle Lewis over. He'll blow your tree up.
Or Spartacus.
Lighting his cigar.
Spartacus would blow your tree.
He
up.
will keep a Zippo away from his butt.
He'll suck your tree dry.
Oh yeah, he's a tree sucker.
Yeah. Man.
Well, so yeah, what else, man? What else is like? There's some whatever the hidden secrets of this place. I know you get to pull your RV in there and do cool stuff.
Well, so
What's the pro tips for this place?
so that's Hannah right there.
Yeah.
The girl on the top right.
Yep.
Her family owns an Italian restaurant in Louisville, and my wife wrote it down in her notebook.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, the notebook.
yeah,
The notebook.
The notebook. That
The
thing's
notebook.
that's got more data in it than who's the guy that wrote the secret story for Elf? Yeah, you got some good notes in there.
yeah.
She can sell that book one day.
So she wrote it a few visits back. She wrote it down in her notebook, and we finally, we were staying in Louisville last year, or actually this year. And I'm like, hey, let's go to the restaurant, and so we go there. We sat down.
You throw some names out.
No,
You didn't throw any names out.
No, we sat down.
You acted like the Joe Schmo.
And our waitress came up, and she got her drink order, and she left. And I'm like, so I'm sitting there looking at my wife. I'm like, does that look like Hannah's sister? And I was like, yeah. So the waitress comes back. She's like, I'm like, are you Hannah's? I got 2 questions for you. Number 1, are you Hannah's sister? She's like, yep. I'm like, all right, cool. So then she started showing me all the family pictures that are on the wall right next to us. And I'm like, number 2, chicken parmesan or the
Marsala?
I'm like, should I get the chicken parm or the lasagna with meatballs? And she's like, you should get the chicken parm with a meatball on the side.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, I think I love you. So we get our food, and it takes them 2 days to make their bolognese sauce.
What?
Yeah. So my wife got that, and we were like, okay. So, we got the fried raviolis. I've never had a fried ravioli, but I'll tell you why when we get to the end of the story. So, appetizers with a fried ravioli. She said, don't get the rice balls. They're just heavy. So we ate our meal, and then for dessert, I'm like, hey, should I get the cake or the cannoli? And my wife's like, I've never had a cannoli. She's like, well, I'll bring you this, and give you cannolis on the side.
There you go.
So we got that. It was so good. The very next day, we had leftovers, of course. Someone was like, what are we going to do with the leftovers? I'm like, I'm going to order some more fried raviolis. We're going to pick them up. We're going to take them back to the house the very next day. And we're going to eat our leftovers with the fresh fried ravioli. Because their red sauce was light. And it was just amazing. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So, yeah. Hannah's family owns an Italian restaurant downtown.
Next time.
There's the pro.
So-
There's the pro tip.
You go get some good bourbon, and then you go get some good Italian food after that. So that's 2 places that we'll enjoy.
It sounds like we're building our next vacation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're gonna come back with diabetes no matter what happens.
No diabetes. No, you can walk that off beforehand.
Yeah.
I'll walk.
Walking.
Just get your A1C.
I'll run the perimeter of the Whiskey Thief Ranch.
Right.
This is really good as you just keep building on your palate, man. That chocolate, cinnamon, and I think vanilla, and I like the nose. It doesn't hit me hard.
No.
Right.
You're gonna be like
The
maybe
vanilla and the chocolate and the cinnamon hit me pretty hard.
the nose is like not whacking through the flavors, but the taste comes out way past what the nose predicts you for.
Yeah. No. It's
Finish is great.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of spice.
Yep.
but there's
not
no
even-
burn
Right.
for 118 proof.
I know, it's crazy.
No, it's just like it enhances everything. What is going on?
Like, it's so hard to convey. Like, it's such a high proof, but there's no, like, horrible burn after the fact. It's just a little bit of spice, warmness, and it makes you feel at home.
6 years?
6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For a 6-year, 118 proof, doesn't drink like it. Not at all.
Yeah.
So good.
It's good on the palate, good on the flavor, and it's just smooth. So it's it's like I kind of like this one. I'm like, I don't. And I'm like, I'm gonna pick this one and bring it back to the podcast.
You kind of
just
know what
because.
we like. Yeah, you already know we're predisposition for the.
And it's a hard choice too. Like, it's not like they're all like, it's not an easy decision to make. You're like, I like this one a little bit better. I guess I'll take this one.
Were you borderline? Did you have a choice?
Yeah.
A trouble choice?
Yeah,
You
there's
did?
definitely
You did.
it's not an easy decision.
It's not easy. Okay.
No, not
Gotcha.
at all.
But I tell you, their last 10-year pick, their last 10-year release, I had to get both the bourbon and the rye. And
I want to try their rye again.
It's not a cheap bottle.
No, rye is
by
usually
far.
way more.
Well, no, this 375 it sits. Let me see. This 375 was $85. So, but it's you gotta think. It's the smaller they are.
Yeah.
The higher the overhead.
Right.
They're not big in the words of bourbon,
Yeah.
and they're doing amazing things.
Yeah,
So-
you're getting you may be paying 85 for a 375, but it's not like they're not giving you your money's worth
Yeah.
with the
Well,
experience.
there's some experience baked into that price.
They make
There
up
is.
for
Right.
it in experience rather than having so much product where they can
Yeah.
give it at a lower
Yeah.
price, and I'd much rather pay 85 with that experience than
and thief your own. That's
yeah.
so cool.
yeah.
So in the just their demand. So when we were there last year and they did their 10-year release, we were having dinner in Norton Commons, and we were at probably the biggest bourbon facility, the biggest bourbon restaurant in Norton Commons in Louisville. And we're talking to the owner behind the bar for, we did a double blind, and he's like, all right. And in that, he's like, we're going to try Whiskey Thief. So he pulled their bottle, and I'm like, hey, we love that place. We just left there.
Yeah.
He's like, I tried to buy that 10-year barrel from them, and they wouldn't sell it to me. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you for not buying it so I could
so
buy
I can
a
have it.
bottle.
Yeah.
I'm like, but that's,
Because they want the customer to have that experience. I mean,
yeah.
not many places let you do all of that to
Right.
the end, right?
No.
I mean, some will let you just put it under a handle and
Yeah, and
yank it and
yeah,
fill it
mostly
and-
like a commercial aspect of things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but for one of the biggest bourbon restaurants in Louisville, you just say, "Hey, I want that barrel," and then they're like, "No,
Right.
sorry, you're not buying that barrel." I'm like, "I didn't know that was an option. I'm buying it by the bottle. I didn't know the whole barrel," and they didn't. And thankfully, because they had their select 10-year, and when we got there, it was their last barrel.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
wow.
for that 10-year release.
Oh, dude, no wonder they didn't sell it. Thank God.
So it's like, hey, we wanted to buy that, and I'm like, cool, we have that. So the guy that won the double blind tasting that night chose the Whiskey Thief bottle, because when you win the double,
Really?
yeah, they give you a bottle of whiskey,
That's cool.
and he's like, you can pick off our shelf, and we're talking about in the bar. They have to use a ladder to go up and get their things.
Yeah, you
But
told me I
in
got to
the-
go
in the
there, yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
It's 3-4. It's
Shelves.
30 foot up, and
Wow.
on their opening day, someone fell off the ladder.
Bartender, you mean?
Yeah, going up to get a bottle.
Dang.
He fell on their opening day.
Did they give him a shot of whiskey?
I don't know. They say if you spit on it, it should be good. But that's a cool little place too, Norton Commons. We stayed at a bed and breakfast, and my wife had to go to Indiana, so I'm like, all right, I'm left to my own demise. Oh no! So
Where am I going?
I went down to a pizza place right down the one. I'm like, hey, with this slice of pizza, can I have that Weller 12? With this slice of pizza, can I have that Weller Antique? I'm like, I'm going to the bar. Can I have that pour of Pappy, please?
That's where that's where you did that.
I'm like, yeah, just walked and
That's cool.
Enjoyed myself. And
Hell yeah.
oh, so what are you doing? I'm like drinking Pappy,
Slices
pizza.
and
eating
rare.
pizza. Comparing everything. It's
Yep.
I'm research.
It's all going in the
Doing
database.
research.
It's all up here.
yeah. So, but no, it's we enjoy Louisville. We'll get a house here.
Yeah, you got to get a condo, dude.
Yeah, condo. I want
Hell yeah.
I want a Redstone. Because they're revitalizing. They're revitalizing the neighborhoods in Louisville, and they're starting to do good things, and it looks nice. So we'll see. When I was at the Italian restaurant, and they're like, "Oh, COVID hit us hard," and it was. I'm like, oh wow, because you don't think about things, because
Yeah, they probably lost all their servers.
in cities, versus here, we're a little
Yeah, we're a little
Right.
freer.
yeah,
We still lost our bars.
Yeah, we
Being
did.
silly.
yeah. So
Some
it
of them.
was eye-opening experience,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, they probably won't let that happen again.
I hope not.
No.
Yeah,
COVID sucks.
Everybody learned their lesson.
Like never again.
Yeah, no, we're not firing anybody. We'll just stay open.
We don't care if there's a COVID 2.0.
but
Wow, look at that staying right at the top, all the way down.
Yeah, dude. Long
Wow.
legs.
yeah, it's holding.
There's nothing bad
at
about
that.
some long, nice legs.
Oh yeah, no, it's
I love those oils, man.
no,
More the better.
and I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Oh, dude, you were right.
I don't think I've ever met anyone that didn't like it. Like everyone there was like, "This is the best thing ever." Like I don't know.
Even
You
if they
gotta
didn't
go.
pick it for a full
Well, no,
bottle,
just-
they still liked it all.
Well, you get to taste all of them.
And
you
nobody
yeah.
disliked any
Yeah.
of them, right?
No.
yeah, there's 6. So
That must
and
be tough.
You just stand around and you pull it and you drink it and you enjoy it, and
That must be tough.
no, it's I'm like, you know what? I need some clarification. Can I have another thief of this bottle?
That's smart.
I'm like,
He's a genius.
"No." I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. Can I? Yeah. I was like, I'll take this now, please. No,
I would take 1,375.
Yeah.
Please.
yeah.
Surely
'Cause
buy a
it's
bottle.
It's a perfect sampling size. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're almost halfway done, and then my wife, when she watches the episodes, she's like, oh,
She's gonna drink some.
she
as well.
drinks it. And she drinks along with the episodes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it makes it perfect.
Yeah.
So it does.
Dude, great job.
She's happy. I'm happy.
Oh, yeah, we can tell.
Right?
Well, dude, thanks for bringing this.
Yeah, bro.
Like, it's
Thanks for
an
sharing.
amazing treat.
That's an investment.
thank you.
All that's
2 glasses
all that's
down.
involved.
Yeah.
I could drink the rest of that right now.
Oh,
It's-
easily.
Have another.
What
have
did he
another-
say? He said it's a sample bottle.
Yeah. It's
He
a
did
show.
say it's a sample bottle.
It's a show sample bottle. Hey, Eric, you're on the show. Go
That's
and have,
true.
Have
That
another
is-
sample.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, what are you
Pour me
waiting for,
another
buddy?
sample.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for there, buddy?
Hey, Gene, what do you think? You like the Whiskey Thief, Gene? No, cool.
The crappiest part about Gene is he has to watch us all drink this and can never have any for himself.
Well, his resume shows that he's had plenty before us.
That's kind of why he's in the shape he's in.
Correct.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just sitting by there and observing.
He's a couple 100 years old, I believe.
Well,
good job, man.
I'm glad it did not suck.
No. I don't think it could ever suck.
Dude, you've provided a lot. You've shared a lot. Hopefully you share that rye.
I do have some left.
Hopefully you share that rye.
The next step is to get Lee to Whiskey Thief.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, see, that's the thing. I was a little sad that they didn't have, because I knew when their next, 10-year barrel should be released. And I'm like, I get there, and I'm like, where's the 10-year? And I'm like, oh,
It's like 6 to go.
they're looking for a new head distiller.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. It's like, hey, I would love to buy more 10-year because last year's 10-year was amazing. I'm like, can you let me know? How about it? So we'll see. They're doing some amazing things. And, I can't wait because each trip there is a different barrel.
Yeah.
It's a different barrel, different bill. And it's just, like I said, you get a Glencairn, you get a chocolate, you get to sample 6 different barrels. What is there not to love?
Not much.
Yeah, and pour it yourself.
Yeah.
It's probably
Hang
one of the
out.
best experiences I had there. And we went to 10 distilleries, I think, in total. And it was probably my favorite.
Well, when we were upstairs in Buffalo Trace getting the tasting, and the guy was like, hey, if you guys haven't been there yet, go to Whiskey Thief. It's amazing.
Well,
They're gonna blow it up.
And I was like,
They're gonna
hey,
blow it up.
we love Whiskey Thief, but for them to get the recognition,
right, from Buffalo.
while you're standing there tasting Buffalo stuff, and don't get me, I love everything Buffalo has.
Yeah.
But for them to recognize, because it brings back into the family aspect of bourbon.
Yeah.
If someone is in need, or if someone, does this and someone can help them out with that, that's what Kentucky and bourbon is. And, it's one of the biggest names in the industry next to Jim Beam saying, hey, go try
these people.
Yeah.
And that speaks for just bourbon culture in general, like to promote the little guys, if you will. Like that's just what it's all about, like it doesn't matter what size you are. If you have a great product, people are going to talk about it.
Yeah, they'll recognize you.
Yeah.
Me and Greg almost broke into the vault upstairs at Buffalo. We're this close. There's a lot of good stuff on the other side of that locked.
We just didn't have the key.
Yeah.
I guess it needs a key to get in there.
Need a distraction.
Yeah. Couldn't reach far enough.
Or some C4.
Yeah.
The kids weren't small enough. It's like, hey, can you
Shove them through the air
slide
vent.
in there and give me that? But no, it didn't.
Air vent.
Yeah, no. There's just actual, bars.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, yeah, they weren't big and they weren't small enough to get in there. But no, I'm glad you guys liked it. It was, it's always fun going there.
Yeah.
But to bring something back and to say, hey, I like this, but do you like this? It's a gamble.
Yeah.
But I'm glad.
no, we're all on the same page with this
Yeah,
one.
for sure.
I'm glad you guys liked it.
Man,
So,
outstanding, dude.
yeah, Whiskey Thief, small 120-acre farm distillery.
Yeah.
They're doing some amazing things, and I can't wait to see what the
Go
future
get you
has
some.
to hold for them.
I recommend everyone to go there. If you're going to Kentucky, don't skip out on Whiskey Thief.
Yeah, and you can get it online.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, well, you can get. You can't get what we have. But
you get the
yeah,
bottle
at
and
least
bond
get this
on
bottle and bond and their gins and their brandy. So
Yeah, which they released right after I left, and I'm sad now because I need to go back. So
Let's go.
yeah. Cool.